Hey, what's up, guys? If you saw my video last week, you should know what I'm about. Check that video out. It's called the intro and how to use different types of humor. Check that out if you want to know what I'm about. If you're like wondering why is he saying this and that, it's because you didn't look at my intro video. This is probably the last time I'll mention about that video, unless if it ties in with another subject. Well, I'm here to talk about a new subject. I'll get back to that subject maybe some other day. I know I forgot some humor styles. There's so many styles actually, and they're probably more than other ones that I don't have in mind that maybe eventually down the road I'll figure it out. So maybe it's good to wait and do a part two maybe a year from now, or maybe I'll do one sooner, who knows. But I got a lot of topics to talk about. Today's topic is pretty much how do you know that you have to do another chapter in your life, or pretty much this chapter's done. Why does that happen, or what are the signs? Pretty much that's what I'm just going to talk about, is the signs why you should move on to the next chapter. And you never know, those chapters can always come back and you could redo them again. Might not be if it's an individual thing, we'll obviously get back to it. If it's a group thing, well, you might have to get with them back again, or maybe choose new people to be around you, So this chapter is about that, this topic, should I say. We're not reading a book, right? So yeah, the first thing, when you have connections, that's one big thing. If you have connections, they can take you to a new chapter. If sometimes people think friends and family are the ones that are going to have connections, but you'll be surprised that sometimes strangers are the ones that give you the best connections, and because they've been through what you've been through and they know what you like, and they might have similarities, like similar likes and similar characteristics. It doesn't mean that your life is going to be like them at all. Definitely not. But that's a sign when it's somebody that looks like very kind-hearted, trustworthy. You should notice some hints about people. Yeah, there's going to be like a lot of scams and a lot of people that are going to treat you bad. I know I've been through that. Trust me. And those you want to stay away from. You kind of know. Some people are just not mentally there, so you kind of know when they're a little off. Others are kind of like just want to use you and stuff like that. But I'll go through that about using people. I'll talk about that another time. But I think I'm rambling a little bit. But yeah, that's how you know when there's a connection, when there's like somebody and he's trustworthy. I just say that he or she is trustworthy. So you actually go after that. You actually you still want to ask a lot of questions. You still want to see if it's a reliable, trustworthy source, person that you want to connect with. But yeah, that's how you know you need to go to the next chapter, when you have those connections and people are actually dragging with you. You feel like it's a little bit forced, but it's like a spiritual force dragging you to join and be part of something new, Maybe you're going to have to make sacrifices. Maybe there's certain things you're not going to be able to do because it's going to take a lot of your time. But if you see that's worth it, whether it's money, whether it's like knowledge, a lot of things that come into play. Whether it's just spiritually, emotionally, it's gonna make you better mentally, whatever you want to say. The other reason that you need to go on to the next chapter is you feel upset, like you're just not happy with whatever's going on when you're with these people. Does it feel right when you're at this job or this place? You don't feel happy at all. You just feeling it a little too consistently, like there's nothing good that you're getting out of it. Maybe the pay is good, maybe the people are cool, but it's just time, you feel upset for whatever reason. So that just shows you, I'm walking a lot right now because I just did 3 miles, so I feel a little tired, but I don't want to sit down and get cramped up from all the walking that I did, almost 3 miles, and I'm probably going to do 3 miles back home. So yeah, that's why I'm walking a lot. I don't want to cramp up. But yeah, and then another one is pretty obvious. I just like to say it all the time because I'm probably going to go more into details about this eventually. But yeah, poor diet could not just make you look bad, mentally, actually physically. That's what people usually think first, but it actually could affect you physically if you see yourself eating more than what you're supposed to do, or not eating at all, like you're just taking a little bit of food. And that's how celebrities, back in the day, they called it celebrity diet because a lot of celebrities were trying to cut back, but it became a disease mentally because they thought they looked fat, but they're not. So yeah, you definitely want to not reach that level. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen to most of you guys. It's going to probably be the opposite, and where you guys are going to eat too much because That usually happens in Hollywood because you gotta look like nice. They get paid very well, so they're stressed out. So it's most likely gonna be for you is gonna be like you eat too much. But if you do eat too much, if you're like burn a lot of calories, let's say you burn 1,000 calories per day, and you eat a lot, that's maybe not too bad because you burn 1,000 calories. I don't know nothing about weightlifting because I don't do that, but I ran the marathon twice. So if you do about 10 miles a day, whether it's walking or running, I don't know about swimming. I think swimming you burn way more calories, but like, yeah, you'll burn 1,000 calories with just 10 miles. So keep that in mind. If you eat a lot, if you eat 3,000 calories, maybe it's not that bad because I think their daily intake is 2,000. Some people say 2,500, but yeah, if you burn 1,000 calories, you could eat about 3,000 calories a day. That's why the people at the gym eat so much because they need to bulk up, they need to have that energy, and then they burn all that energy that they ate. So yeah, that's pretty obvious. Addictions, obviously, that's obvious. Like I never dealt with drug problems. I never did drugs. I think I only done weed. That doesn't count as drugs for many of you. And I never got addicted to that. The only thing I did you could say I got a little bit addicted to was alcohol, but I never really got like addicted. Like I never craved it. Like I usually, honestly, when I crave alcohol is when I've had already like 2 beers. That's like the weakness for me. Like you got to know your weaknesses when it comes to addiction. Like keep it at a low. Everything's an addiction. Even like I said, eating before that. Anything that you do excessively is an addiction, in my opinion. I used to say that sugar used to be a drug back then, so maybe we just became immune to it for whatever reason. It was just too good, and then we had to make it part of our diet because I know some of you guys have the sweet tooth, right? So yeah, addictions, you just gotta know your limits, whatever that is. If it's too much video games, too much pornography, you gotta stay away from all that stuff that's gonna waste your time, and you're not gonna be able to get done everything. If you're the type that doesn't like to write things down, you're gonna forget. So another new way you could probably just record a video like me and just write your ideas of what you want to get done, and then look at it later and then be like, oh, okay, I know what to do now because this isn't my agenda right now. This is what I got to do. I got to take care of business. You could also record voice messages to yourself or to your best friends, and then just replay those later on, like a month from now, depending on how long it's gonna take. Maybe you don't want to do it anytime soon, but yeah, just that's the way. That's what's gonna get you to the next chapter. Remembering all these little details, we gotta remember, and that's what's gonna pull everything together. Make sure that you got everything planned, and everything's gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be more efficient and get things done. So that's how your chapter will get closer. You want to get closer, sometimes you gotta be patient. But if you want to be closer to your connections, you gotta be efficient and write them down, make a video, something. I have like a little note app. That's where I write my stuff. Sometimes it's not just goals, but just little geeky stuff that I'm into. I like to write it down because I'm kind of like a geek when it comes to music or other stuff. So I write it down just because I like writing lists and stuff. But that has nothing to do with the next chapter, So I'm just giving you ideas of what other things you can write. It depends, And that's gonna kind of tie in with something else that I'm gonna mention in a little bit. So one thing that you might not even notice, if you're taking your anger on others, you're just upset. That kind of ties in with upset. Being upset, if you're taking your anger, you're mad, and you're being cool with you, but you're getting mad for whatever no reason, then that's just time for you to move on for our next chapter. You gotta find happiness. Maybe you gotta let them know what you're mad about, because they're gonna be like, well, this guy's an asshole. So they're gonna be like, oh, what's wrong with him? And then if you're not telling them why. If you don't want to tell them why, maybe you should not hang out with them because you don't want to tell your ideas to them. Maybe you don't trust them enough. They're not that type of friend or family member to say those things. So yeah, maybe you just want to stay until you better yourself. And if you feel like you need to get back with those people, then you do. That's what I say. And sleep, okay. I wrote my list down because I was thinking maybe I was gonna forget everything that I was gonna write. So sleep, same thing as eating, right? You eat a little bit too much, a little too much, a little too little. Sleep, same thing. You have a little bit of sleep, a little too much. It all depends on the person, but most people say that a person generally should have a 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. So people need like 9 hours. I feel like I need 9 hours every now and then. Like today, I think I would have slept a lot. I feel like I'm a sleepyhead, man. Like I can sleep more than 9 hours sometimes in one day. But I guess because I use my brain, I'm always thinking a lot. I like to move around a lot. I haven't been doing a lot of exercising, but I'm gonna start pretty soon. And I'm probably gonna need that many hours of sleep. But even for 7 hours, I'm usually pretty good too. But yeah, I feel like 6 or less. That's gonna make my vision, my hearing. Like when I'm hearing people converse, I'm not gonna be able to focus too well. Even when I'm like very focused, I'm like sometimes thinking about too many other things that I can't even focus on the topics with other people. But that's my problem, I've always been kind of like, when I grew up, I was kind of like antisocial. So like, I think that's maybe why I sometimes can't concentrate, because I think I have conversations with myself more than I do with others. But I think that might be it. But yeah, that's another reason I just, I'm not even gonna go into details about sleep. You just like gotta get your sleep. You want to be alert. You want to be awake. You want to be efficient. You want to be everything involved. I know people say I need a little bit of sleep only because that's the only way I could function. I could get everything done. I don't know, but it's really up to you. I don't know if I was having a dream or I saw a video yesterday saying that. I think I was having a dream. You know how people look at the Jews like the most holy people, like because that's where Jesus was born. I don't know if that was a dream or I saw it somewhere yesterday that they only get like 2 hours of sleep per day. But I was like, no, that can't be it. I don't think they get more hours of sleep than that. I know they're good at saving up their money, but yeah. But I think it was a dream. I think I was dreaming. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that just want to get things on top, that all they need is just a little bit of sleep. But I don't think they're gonna live a longer life. Honestly, in my books, I haven't done my research on that, but I feel like the general person needs like at least 7 hours per day. If you only got like 5 hours, then you could do like if you got like a little extra time in the middle of the day, then you could get 2 hours there. So that'll be good right there. So that added to seven hours, So if you have like downtime, then yeah, take advantage of it. Because if you have 2 jobs, you have a lot of kids or whatever the case may be, where you can't get a lot of sleep, especially if you have a baby waking you up in the morning and crying. But yeah, I don't even think I was going to go into too much details about sleep, but the last one is just it kind of ties in with that other one I was talking to you about. This is the last reason. Either you got no hobbies or you just lost interest in a hobby. So like if you have like a hobby and you're so into it, like right now, I'm not gonna lie, like I honestly haven't been playing the guitar that much. Like I'll touch it here and there and strum it, play some new songs that I made up. But yeah, I played in a band called Passenger Change, and you could check that out. We're coming out with a second album pretty soon. We're not a band no more, but you could check it out, and that kind of tells you what I'm about too. That's what I've been involved in all kinds of things, not just ran marathons, but I wrote an album. A lot of people say, and I say it too, like it's impossible to like be an athlete and a musician. Like, yeah, that's not really a good idea to do both, especially if like you play an instrument. Imagine you're playing a sport and you hurt your hand, you can't play guitar, bass, or drums. Even drums is worse because you're using your legs. Way more coordination. Probably the most difficult thing to play in a rock band because there's a lot of coordination. They're the backbone of the band. So yeah, I suggest stick to one. I recommend a hobby for other musicians instead of doing like, especially if you're young, like you're 7 or 6 years old. Even if you're not good at it, just start getting into drawing, like whether it's on a computer or by hand. Like that helps out, because I had to pay money for like artwork, even though I was able to get like people from another country to do my artwork. Yeah, try to get into drawing if you're a musician, because that'll save you money. There's other things in engineering, obviously producing, and I wish I got into that at an earlier age too, but I just like focusing on writing riffs, structures for the song guitar wise, and then I write lyrics too. So I'm more old school. I guess I enjoy the old school parts of the writing process more than the geekier stuff like artwork and engineering and all that. But yeah, that's what I suggest. If you don't have a hobby, like you could try different things. There's some people that are considered jack of all trades, or they don't want to have a hobby. They just want to try every hobby that there is, and they're so enthusiastic about that. Maybe that's your hobby, a jack of all trades, or you could just try different things, and you never know. You might be good at something. You find happiness in something. Even if you're not good at it, you find happiness in it. You'll get better little by little. So yeah, you spend at least 30 minutes on that hobby. You'll find happiness, and you'll be having something to talk about. I know some people get like very happy when they talk about the gym, how much they bench press. I don't know nothing about that, but I notice a lot of people get excited about that. You never know, that might be your hobby. Like they get excited, like this is how much I bench press. This is how I do. I got the proper stretch because I go on YouTube. I check the way they lift, the proper. And my brother, he's a weightlifter, so he's getting back into that. So I see he watches videos about that. Anyways, I'm gonna cut it short. It's already 16 minutes. All right. See you later. I was gonna say alligator, but yeah, that's the too kid-like. Anyways, this video is not gonna be for kids, but if you watch it, I didn't say any bad words this time on this video, so they can go ahead and watch it. Maybe it's good to start young and know all these things. They're all common sense, but yeah. Sorry, I didn't look at the camera too much. I noticed I was focusing on nature. See. This is where I'm gonna be at maybe for some of my videos. Last video I was like in the bottom of this hill. So alright, let's take it easy. Watch my first video. This is my second video now, starting with this marathon. I have other videos, but they're not related to none of this. Talking and sitting with you. My brother recommended me to start doing like music stuff, so maybe I'll start doing music stuff. You'll see what it's gonna be about. It actually ties in with one of the things that I talked today, and it might be, it might help some of you guys. For the ones that have trouble, for certain have issues, the music might help you. So there's not gonna be any lyrics, so nothing like that. But like the music's gonna help you for certain people. So stay tuned. I don't know. I gotta buy a mic, so I don't know how loud I'm with this mic. I sounded pretty clear, but for music, I feel like I want a good mic, so you guys could hear my guitar like way more clean and crisp. I don't know what days are going to be doing this, but this talking thing is definitely going to be on Sundays, and I'm probably going to upload it sometime on Sunday. And I'll see you guys later. This video is getting way too long, so you guys take it easy. And it was great knowing you guys. If you guys comment below, I know I don't have that many followers right now, but I know a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe I'll get a comment, and whatever you guys have in mind, I'm pretty sure I'll respond. Yeah, just bless me a good luck and good life, and I'll respond. All right, thank you. Bye.